I'm sure you've heard the news, but Microsoft just announced plans to lay off roughly 3% of their global workforce. This could be up to 11,000 total employees and roughly 2,000 in the Seattle area. Now, this move comes as Microsoft is facing slowing revenue growth, particularly in the cloud business, and just against the backdrop of general economic uncertainty. They're not alone here. Amazon, Meta, Google, they've all made similar moves this year, and I'm sure neither are done for 2025. But despite these layoffs, Microsoft is still forging ahead and heavily investing in AI and other strategic areas, especially after their investment into OpenAI. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is not too devastating for many Seattle area Microsoft employees or former employees, and hopefully doesn't impact our local housing market too much.
I'm moving to Poland in 28 days, and I don't have a job lined up there. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. But it's okay. It's okay to not have a plan. It's okay to not have things figured out. It's gonna be okay. Yeah.
I find it so interesting how, as a society, we're all trying to normalize the idea of joblessness. Like, the end goal for all of us is to become a millionaire and never work another day in our lives and just never contribute anything to humanity. When in reality, I feel like 99% of us would be so depressed without an actual job. Like, you think you're depressed if you have a job, wait till you don't have one. As much as this sounds like some extreme form of capitalism, humans are not meant to be living without work, without some type of goal to be working towards, because otherwise your mind starts to fill your life with anything and everything just for the sake of filling that void, even if it means filling it with harmful and toxic things. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that at the most jobless point of my life, I had the most toxic relationships, the worst habits, like the worst everything. I was just an overall bum. There's also nothing wrong with genuinely enjoying working and like wanting to pour your heart and soul into something. Like, it's actually a commendable trait that not many people in this world have.
So, like I said in my last video, guys, 156,000 people unemployed in New Zealand. That's just New Zealand alone. That's 156,000 people. Now, what if I told you in 2025, the global unemployment rate is 4.9%. That's 4.9% this year, and that's the lowest it's been since 1991. How is that even possible? This means approximately 34 million people are unemployed in the world. That's 34 million people in the statistics. But can we imagine how much more people in the world are unemployed? It's also important to know that some of us are discouraged and have given up looking because of the false hopes given to us. Or there's people who would love to work, but they have other health issues or responsibilities that hinder them to work. Then bills come into play. Groceries, the cost of gas, education, and it just goes on and on and on and on. This investment, I only put in $59.95 USD when I first started, and the following week I doubled that. I'm in New Zealand right now. Can you imagine how much I've made for the past 8 weeks that I've been in this side hustle? I'm done being in that percentage of statistics. I'm self-employed now. I run my own business, and I only invested this little bit amount, and in return I get a true passive residual income forever. What's even better, my baby and my fiance even have their own, my parents have their own, so I'm no longer having to worry about whether they're gonna be retiring late or retiring with nothing. They're able to buy their homes. My siblings have their own. They're able to buy their own homes. They're secure enough, they're stable enough to start their own family. And another great thing about it is it's willable. Now, if you're sick of being a number to the statistics and you want a change, you need to comment a world emoji and I'll help you. I want to help you, okay?
Alright guys, I am a senior at UCLA. I have a 3.8 GPA and I still have not been able to find a job yet, which sucks because my living expenses are high, I have student loans I need to pay off, and it's been so tough for me finding a job. I've applied to over 400 jobs and have not heard back or didn't get accepted, so I'm really struggling. I've made passive income through social media and just through the Claim app by claiming class action settlements and things like that, which has been nice, but it's not enough for a living, so I need to know where everyone is applying.
People in Europe literally don't work. I was in Greece last year, and besides the people that were working at the restaurants and the coffee shops, like, Those are the only people that I saw working. Everybody talks about work-life balance. These people know what work-life balance is. They put life before work any day of the week. I was literally like, I was sitting and eating on a beach in Greece last year, and all I see is this Greek man, shirtless, hairy guy, just walk off of the sidewalk into the ocean, walk right out, and just kept walking, went about his day. That was the most Greek thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's such a different lifestyle in Europe and just other countries than it is in the US, because everybody just like literally prioritizes living. I always notice that like other people in other countries, especially like the Dominican Republic, like they did not care about how much money they made. They didn't really care about really anything else besides being happy. But that shit is normal for them in Europe, like especially Greece. They were just like, yeah, like they live on the beach. Like these people live on the beach and just wake up, drink coffee, get food, eat a fucking croissant, eat whatever it is that they eat, and go back inside. That's literally their entire life. It was 1000% the biggest culture shock that I've ever had in my life.